Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and on this edition of Voices Big and Small, I'll be focusing in on Houston-based voice actor Andy McAvin, known, of course, for his roles including Richard Mardukas from Full Metal Panic, among others. So, a career that spans all the way back to 1995, starting with ADV. So. Here we go. Let's get started. Andrew Mark Andy McAvin, born January 4th, 1952, in Denver, Colorado. So he's coming up on his next birthday here, a couple weeks. He'll be 67 right now. He'll be 68. Is an American actor and voiceover actor with nearly 80 credits to his resume. He also appeared in over 120 professional theater productions, including Broadway musicals. He does voice work in anime dubs for ADV Films and Seraphim Digital. Of course, that's formerly ADV Films because, as everybody knows, they're no longer in business. But Seraphim Digital, um, which is connected to Sentai Filmworks, um, is now who he currently works for in that regard. One of his most prominent roles was the genocidal villain Brian J. Mason in Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, the voice type of which is referred to by cast and crewmates as the slime that walks like a man voice. Yeah, I know he had another pretty notorious villain too in Ion in Full Metal Panic, which I'll get to in a bit here. He also did voice work for AD Police to Serve and Protect spinoff, and for the AD Police to Serve and Protect spinoff, and for Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris. McAvin is also an instructor in powered paragliding, logging over 4,000 flights and several thousand hours, and has trained over 300 graduates. He is featured in a documentary called Into the Wind, the Sport of Powered Paragliding. So, for those of you in the Houston area, if you happen to be interested in that, the sport of powered paragliding, there's even a documentary film on it in which he is featured in it. You can check that out, or maybe you can even get him to teach you how to paraglide. So let's get to his works here. So among his voice credits include he was cast in Angelic Layer. Granted he's the English voice of all these, so keep that in mind. He in Angelic Layer, he was Ichiro Ichan Mihara, who is basically the scientist behind all the battle dolls in that series. He was cast as McCoy in Area 88. He was Kimura in Azumanga Daioh. That was a pretty cute anime about schoolgirls and stuff like that. He was Mayor Hadim in Fast of Syndrome, which was a Korean-based anime. He was Elect in Broken Blade. As previously mentioned, of course, he was Brian J. Mason, the genocidal villain in Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. He was cast as Cummings in Kanan. As I had mentioned just a few minutes ago, he was the villain. He was the main antagonist, Ion, in Chrono Crusade. Um, he was he was in he was also cast in Cromartie High School as Akira Maeda, which also happens to be, as I recall, a name of a professional wrestler as well. Get that? Being an anime character named after a prof- professional wrestler. Go figure. Of course, there is an older anime from back, I think, in the '60s or something like that, that was based on Japanese pro wrestling, what is also referred to as Puroresu, about Tiger Mask, who is a famous wrestler, mass wrestler. But anyways, in the ADV dub of Crying Freedom, I think this is one of his first roles. He was cast as Nikolai, um, in which was DN Angel, which was an anime that Vic was also in. Vic was cast as Dark Mousy in DN Angel. Andy was cast as Kosuke Niwa in DN Angel. So he was cast as Kosuke Niwa in DN Angel. He was also cast as Peter Hawson in Demon King Daimao. Um, in Ease Otherwise, he was cast as Ghibelline. In Elfin Lead, he was director Kakuzara, who I believe was like the head of the project that Lucy was involved with. In that, he was, as I stated earlier as well, Richard Mardukas in Commander Richard Mardukas in the Full Metal Panic series. He was basically Tesla's right hand man. He was basically second in command of the entire um, Mithril group. He was the manager in Gilgamesh. He was cast as Moto Nobu Matsudaira in Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere. He was the Duke of Broglie in Le Chevalier d'Eon. He was Sukasa's father in Legend of the Mystical Ninja. He was cast as Richiro Ishida in, I guess it's pronounced Loops equals Garus. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. In Madlax, he was cast as Eric Gillian, which I believe was the artist that I think he might have been the artist that um, Kiriko had fallen for. He was cast as Count Sangermain in The Master of Mosquiton. In Marduk Scramble, he was Ofokok. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ofokok Pentino. I believe it's more of a French or European, so I'm just guessing at how to pronounce Ofcoke Pentano. I'm going to guess that's how. Anyways, as we move on here, he was cast as Vice Admiral Hiroki Kusakabe in Martian Successor Nadeshiko. That's an interesting space adventure one. You guys might want to check out. I've seen it before. In Megazone 23, he was BD. He was cast as Kenichi Kurokawa in Mezzo DSA. Um, he was cast as Gento Kiraku in Najiga Blitz Tactics. Another interesting one about female spies. Some fan service in there. You guys might like that one. In Nerima Daikon Brothers, he was Prime Minister Oizumi. In Orphan, he was McGregor. Orphan's a pretty good fantasy adventure one, sword sorcery fantasy adventure one. You guys might want to check out. He was the old geezer in Pani Pony Dash. In Ponyo Digi Carrot, he was Deiji Devil, which I believe this is, of course, the ADV's dub of that. He was Tomizawa. He's cast as Tomizawa in The Place Promised in Our Early Days. He was Shinsaku Kido in Princess Nine. Princess Nine is a cute one as well. It's about a girls' baseball team. Basically, principal of a school decides that she wants to have a girls' baseball team that competes in the national tournament along with their boys' team. Basically, fielding instead of having like most schools will have a baseball team for the boys and a softball team for the girls, but in this particular anime, they decide, the principal decides to field a girls' baseball team as well as a boys' baseball team, getting, of course, some resistance from many of the particularly male members of the board, as how schools are run over in Japan there. Let's see. He was Master in Princess Resurrection. He was the English voice of Joji Fudagami in Rasafon. Very interesting mecha anime. Um, in ADV dubs, in the ADV dub of Saint Seiya, which some of you might know the Canadian dub, Knights of the Zodiac, but ADV dubbed it as its original title, Saint Seiya. He was the narrator in Saint Seiya. He was cast as Go Dogon in Sayuki Requiem. In the ADV dub of Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, he was cast as Dr. Kozaburo Nambu. This was the ADV dubs of Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. As that particular one ADV did the dub back in 2005. The series was originally broadcast in 1972 and had gone through many dubs, including the very infamous Deke dub of the late 70s that they were trying to pitch towards kids. But the ADV dub was a complete restoration of the original content. And Andy McAvin voiced Dr. Kozaburo Nambu in that dub. In Short Piece, he was cast as Gonk 18 in A Farewell to Weapons, Shika's husband in Gambo, and Sorunosuke in Combustible, which might be episode titles, I guess. In Sin the Movie, he was cast as Vincenzo Mancini. In Slayer's Great, he was cast as Huey. Slayer's, part of the Slayers franchise. In Spriggan, he was John Jock Mondo. He was cast as Dr. Walski in Steel Angel Karumi. He was cast as Exadol Fulmo in Super Dimension Fortress Macross. As everybody knows, Macross, this is ADV dub of the Macross series. Some of you might remember the Harmony Gold dub of it back in the 80s as Robotech. So this is ADV dubs of that particular IP, Super Dimension Force Macross. In Tactics, he was cast as Imposter Goblin and Numata. In Those Who Hunt Elves, he had a couple of, he was Salaryman Santa 2 and the Mayor of Tree Town in Those Who Hunt Elves. In A Tree of Palm, he was cast as Foe. In Ungo, in episode 7 of Ungo, he was cast as Kichitaro Mitaka, episode 7. He was cast as Shikinaro in Utawarumono. He was also cast as Rei Ginsai and D's left hand in the Sentai dub of Vampire Hunter D. He was also cast as Kosaku Tsukumo in Wandaba Sao. He was Kamba in Zamd Lost Memories. And he was also Margulis in Xenosaga the animation. And there were a few others I know he was in that were not covered there. See, he was also Alan in original Dirty Pair in 1998. He was cast as Rosario in Dragon Half in 2000. He had a few roles in Cell Saga in 2002, including Big Dick, Older Brother, Salty Sea Dog, and Tetsuko the Iron Mask. He was Big Dick again in Colorful as some kind of mafia character or something like that. See. In Magical Shopping Arcade Abenoboshi in 2003, he was Grandpa Masa. He was cast as Shades in 2004. In Kino's Journey 2004, he was cast as Shades. Let's see. He was cast as Konta in Gantz in 2005. Let's see. In 2005, and he was cast as a coffee shop owner in Mythical Detective Loki Ragnarok. In 2005 as well, he was cast as, let's say, the Piano Ghost, manager, and Men on TV in Ghost Stories. 2010, he was cast as the boatman and captain in Halo Legends. Also in 2010, he had a number of roles in the Assassin Saga Golgo 13, including Hume, Sabine, the elder Sabine brother, Ted Cornyn, AX-3, Wayne, Fyodor, Sergey, Ardor, Tommy Navarro, and the DIA director. In 2011, he was cast as Archduke Vlad in Gwyn Saga. In 2012, he was cast as Tatsugoro Shinmon in Intrigue in the Bakumatsu Irana Iroha Nihoheto. That one, try to say that one 3 times fast. You twist your mouth around like crazy. That one though was a pretty good anime. Another look at the Bakumatsu period of of see, in 2013 he was cast as G in Neon Koi, and in 2015 he was cast as Jinzaburo Matoba in Outbreak Company. So that's pretty much all the works of Andy McAvin as, the Houston-based voice actor who has, who basically been around ADV and Sentai basically since pretty much the beginning. I think back in '95. Long career. Surprised the guy doesn't get invited out to more cons. Guys, always remember, and I hope you will check out his work because, you know, and show some appreciation for his work by checking it out and getting him in cons. Always remember, guys, if there are certain voice actors you want to see at your local conventions, all you have to do is just contact your local conventions and just very in a very polite and respectful manner ask them to invite them because they the guests need to be invited if you want to see them. Andy is worked along for all of you Vic fans. He's worked along Vic in a number of productions, so you might want to check out his work. You know, as I said earlier, most notably is Ion in Chrono Crusade, Commander Richard Mardukas in Full Metal Panic. Those are probably the two most well known I know of. And then, of course, he was Exodal in the ADV dub of Super Dimension Macross. Um, so with that, guys, check the link below. My you can come check out my Discord. Join my Discord. I'd love to have a chance to talk to you on Discord and stuff like that. Let's see. You can direct message me there if you want to. I mean, you can always comment on the videos. Of course, as long as civil and respectful. Um, Check out the links below as well. There are other dub companies that I'm promoting because remember, Funimation is not the only game in town. Um, I'm promoting, of course, Sentai Filmworks, which is company that Andy happens to work for. Guys should check out their work. Wherever you can find it. Um, whether it's on High Dive or on demand on Comcast or what have you. Also, I'm still, of course, promoting Vic's GoFundMe. You guys know he's in the appeals process, and as always, and I'm also still promoting the Ortiz family GoFundMe for their situation as well. Never feel like you have to donate. I'm sure they all always appreciate the help if you can give it to them, but not if it means it costs you your own financial health. If you have the means to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you have already donated, then please consider donating again. And if you're unable to donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link, as sharing is caring. And you never know. Maybe there's somebody in your circle of friends who will sit there and say, "Yeah, you know something? I want to help out too." You never know. And if you guys like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and hitting the notification bell. I want to try to inform you guys as much as I can to where you guys can check out other companies, other works out there, because there's a lot of other works out there. Funimation is not the only game in town. Don't let them make you think that they are. Okay. Um, Sentai has a show on Toonami right now. You know, um, the Houston-based voice actor and that, Houston-based company. Um, Food War Shogeki no Soma is, basically distributed by Sentai, and it was recorded at Seraphim Digital Sound um, Studios. Um, so you might want to check that one out. Also, of course, the dub of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which was originally done by ADV, was also on Toonami. So just a heads up there. So as I said, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, bye.